Low. Uh, now we're going to talk about the quadratic functions. Quadratic functions. See, in order to find the function, to graph this function, these quadratic function, either they are concave downward and concave upward, or sometimes, they are in different places. They are maybe here, they are maybe here. We have to find how to graph it and how it look like. So we find the vertex of this. It's going to be look like this because it's a plus sign behind the x squared. But we are going to find out what is going to be the vertex. For vertex x, the x coordinate is minus b over 2a. B is here, this is A, B, C. A is 1, B is minus 2, C is minus 15. Okay? A, B, C. C is minus 15. And B is minus 2. And so let's find this vertex here, minus B minus. B is 2 minus 2 times 2 times A is 1 times 1. It's going to be 2, it's going to be 1. And if we put this one in this equation, we find the value. We find the x is 1. Now we find what is the value of y. What is this one? The y-axis, x-axis, y-axis. So x is 1. Now we put in this equation, x is going to be 1. 1 to the power of 2 minus 2 times 1 minus 15. 1 minus 2 minus 15 is going to be minus 16. So it's going to be minus 16. So the point vertex is 1 and minus 16. Now you know where is the vertex. Now let's find the 2 units. 3 and 1 minus 1 minus 2. Actually, we find the value of y at x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 2. So what we do, we set input table x and y, minus 2x minus 15. What is going to be x if it's 3? If x is 3, it's going to be y is equal to 3 to the power of 2 is going to be 9. Minus 2 times 3 is going to be minus 6. Minus 15 is going to be 21 minus 12 minus 12 plus 9 is going to be minus 12. See here, let's write it here. We say is minus 6, that minus 4 minus 8 minus 12 minus 16. So if 1 and minus 16, the vertex is going to be here, which is 1 and minus 16. Now we find that x is 3, y is going to be minus 12. X is 3, 1, 2, 3 is going to be minus 12. So it's going to be something like that. And then x3, y minus 12. This is minus 12, okay? And then we find another point See, we went to minus 1. Suppose we went two units this way, x is equal to 3. To find the y value is minus 15. Now it's going to be minus 1. What is going to be minus 1? Minus 1, y is going to be minus 1 to the power of 2, minus 2 to minus 1, minus 15 is going to be 1, plus 2 minus 15 is going to be minus 12. See, actually the other point when is 1 is going to be minus 12. Means we know that it's going to be like this. Okay? We have 2 points. We could find another point here to make it more accurate. But let's find the zeros of these. Where intersect x-axis. To find out where intersect x-axis. Okay? So what we do, if you want to find the where intersect x-axis, we have to set y is equal to 0. So x2 minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. This is the equation now. We find the value of x where intersect the x-axis. When you set y is equal to 0, you find the value for x which is located on x-axis. So we said that by the factoring, you say what are two numbers that we multiply is going to be minus 15, and we add them up, it's going to be minus 2. So it's going to be plus 5, minus 5, and plus 3. If you multiply, it's going to be minus 15. If you add them, minus 5, minus 3 is going to be minus 2. Plus 3, minus 5, plus 3 is going to be minus 2. So x minus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to 5, and x plus 3 is equal to 0, x is going to be minus 3. So 1, 2, 3, actually minus 3 intersect this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, actually what we draw is a rough sketch of this one, but it's pretty accurate. So we have 2 points here. We find this point here, and we find another plus 5 and minus 3, and then that's the way to draw a quadratic function, how to graph it. Let's find another, get the second example. Here, first we find what? Vertex of x, where the is equal minus b over 2a is equal minus, okay. This is minus, okay? And the b value is minus 2. Minus 2, 2 times a is minus 1. 2 times minus 1. As it actually is going to be plus 2 minus 2 is equal to minus 1. So the vertex x is minus 1. Is somewhere here. Now let's find what the y value of this. We put x minus 1 in that equation. See, minus 1 to the power of 2. Minus 2 times minus 1 minus 15. What's going to be? See, when minus 1 is squared, it's going to be plus 1. So minus times 1, which is minus 1, is going to be minus 1. Yeah, or, you know, minus, in the parentheses, is the result in the parentheses, the squared minus 1 is going to be 1. Minus 1 times minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 is equal to 1. Minus times minus is going to be plus, and 1 times 1 is going to be 1. So it's going to be plus 1 plus 2 minus 2 times 1 plus 2 minus 15 is gonna be minus 16 plus 2 minus 14. So the vertex is gonna be minus 1 vertex of the point P, for example. The x is going to be minus 1 and y is going to be minus 14. Okay? Now, let's find another point. So the vertex of the point P is going to be minus 1 and minus 14. Minus 1. And if it's minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus, let's write the other. Minus 4, minus 8, minus 12 for 4 units every time. You know, the same thing is going to be 4 plus 8 plus 12. The same thing here, but if you use 1 unit, the same thing is plus 1, it's going to be minus 1. With the same unit you use on x-axis, we're going to use it on x-axis, the same unit, you know, every unit is this much. 4 unit is this much, 4, 4, 4. So minus 14 is going to be, this is going to be minus 16, minus 14 is going to be something like, so it's going to be this one. So, no, I'm sorry, it's minus 1. It's going to be minus 12 here, and minus 14 here. It's going to be this one. So the vertex is going to be minus 1, minus 14. The vertex. This is the vertex there. Now see the points where I said x and y. Okay, let's find the points let's find, this is the vertex. Let's find other points. Like for example, we say plus 2, x plus 2 was 2. And then you can write, see, when we say plus 2, we say 3 units from the vertex. This is minus 1, we go 3 units this way, it's going to be plus 2. And we go 3 units this way, 1, 2, 3, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. It's going to be minus 4. It's because we went 1, 2, 3 units here, 1, 2, 3 units this way. So minus 4, minus 2 and minus 4 are the points that we want, you know, find the value of y. And when you have the point, you locate the point, and then you connect this point together, and you see how the graph look like. Y is going to be minus 2 to the power of 2, minus 2 times 2, minus 15. Is going to be what? Minus 4, minus 4, minus 15 is going to be minus 23. And so the points are 2 and 23, minus 23. 2, we don't have enough space here. I should have designed this. We have a point minus 2 plus 2 minus 23. This is one of the points. Okay, minus 23. And we put minus 4. If we put minus 4 here, minus, and then x is going to be minus 4. The power of 2 minus 2 times minus 4 minus 15. It's going to be, this is going to be 16. This is going to be, has a minus. First we get the result of this parentheses, we squared them, it's going to be 16. So minus 16, then minus multiplied by minus. That is going to be plus 8 minus 15. It's going to be minus 31. It's going to be minus 23. See, we got these 2 points just are in opposite way. We expect that. Now the second point is 4 minus 4 minus 23. Now let's see what it's look like here. Okay, so we say 2, 4, 8 minus 4 minus 8 minus 12 minus 16 minus 18 minus 22 minus 23 is going to be here. So we've got 23 yeah, 14, 18, 20 minus 4 minus 8 minus 12 minus 16 minus 20 minus 24 here. Minus 24, minus 23 here, and then minus 4. Okay, see, the point is here, and the other point is plus 2. Okay, it's minus 23, minus 23. So we it's going to be something like that. This is the, you know, actually this was, well, you know, this is the axis, x-axis, y-axis. This is this point here in the third quadrant. It doesn't intersect x-axis. It doesn't intersect x-axis. So has no answer. No answer. You know, there are some so you go fast through this. How to graph this. So we find the vertex first. Vertex is we use them in a vertex of x coordinate is minus b over 2a. We know this is b here, and this is a, and this is c. b minus 2, a minus 1, and c minus 15. So we find the vertex, and we put in this equation, we find the value for y. Okay, we find the value for y is minus 14. We get minus 14, and then we find the point 1 point just less than minus 1, and at some point larger than minus 1. So you know minus 4 is less than minus 1. It's getting smaller. Or minus 1 is larger or greater than minus 4. You know that already. So this is this is the way to draw that or graph the function. So no, paste everything here. So in calculator we can use these. I will show it to you later that how we find if we have a, this is y-axis, x-axis, and then we have something like this. When we see something like this, the coefficient of x2 is minus. You know, I mean, minus 1, it could be minus 2, whatever. But it's minus. It open downward and intersect two places here. These are the zeros of the equation. So let's talk about the quadratic function that doesn't intersect. Like for example, you have x2 minus 4. How we, it doesn't have the, see, a standard form is ax2 plus bx plus c. This one doesn't have x, so b is 0. Now if you want to find the vertex of this one, see, vertex of x is a b over 2i. b is 0, so this is going to be 0. So let's draw this one, the graph. See, we use it either, we can use it, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4. You know, it's going to be something like that. Because it's plus, we have plus here, plus. Oh, and see where, if we said if you write it in a factor form, x2 minus 4 is equal to 0, find this, we said y0, so we can find where intersect x-axis. So if we set to 0, we know that, you know, from, this is a perfect square. We can write x2 minus 4 is equal to x minus 2 times x times, let's see in parentheses, it's in time, x plus 2. And x minus 2 is equal to 0, these are equal to 0. X is going to be 2, x plus 2 is equal to 0. Either one of them, in order to become 0, either one of them, this one is going to be 0, we set it to 0, we find x is equal to, either this one is 0, x plus 2 is going to be, x is going to be minus 2. So actually where intersect, x-axis. So let's see, let's graph this. Okay, say vertex is 0. If we put 0, see, we know that vertex of x is equal to 0. X is 0. Now we find the y. Okay, this is x and we find the y. Find the y, we put x here. See, we find that the point of the vertex here, we find x value 0, x 0. And if we want to find y, you have to put this one 0, like for example, if it's like this, okay, this is minus 2, for example. You have to put minus 2 in the equation to get the y value. What is the y value? Now, we know that this is going to intersect, this is equal to 1, 2, and 1, 1 and 2, 1 minus 1 minus 2. You know that these two is going to intersect. Okay, so we find that the the vertex of this quadratic, the x coordinate is x. If we put it in the original equation, we see that x and y. Okay. If we put x0, y is going to be 0 minus 4 is going to be minus 4. So the coordinate 0 minus 4. The point has x coordinate of 0 and y coordinates of minus 4. So actually minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 here. And now we can draw this. See, it's going to be like this. And so this is going to, the point that we say, the coordinates of this point, you know, x, we write the point here like point A, x value is 2, 0, and here is point B is minus 2, 0. Y is 0 because it intersects y x axis. So, you know, we could find this one by factoring where intersect. You know, this is another way to find that where intersect the x-axis. So in general, you gotta learn that like for example, it's your turn to see what, if we say that x2 plus 2, what does that mean? See, x2 is just like this. If we give value to x, x is 0, y is going to be 0. X is 0, y is going to be 0. And if we write it in such a way that if somebody tells you x plus 1, what does it look like? You say, if x is 0, y is going to be 1. Okay? Y. X is 0, y is going to be 1. No, this is 0. It means 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. But 0 and 1, one of the point. This is the point. 0 and 1. Y is 1. This is 1.